Okay, we have now. Should I introduce him? He needs no introduction. The man, the myth, the legend himself, as I've already said, the big Griff.
GM, GM.
Hey,
Griff.eth.
man.
Shout out to Avsa who saved that for me. He scored it and handed it to me himself. And I see um oh it's yeah, I see Validator out there. He's a classic handle angel. Just
Yeah, yeah.
passing out, making sure that good people have their domain names.
That's a good name for him, Handle Agent, Handle a Angel.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've been doing that. I think with ENS Ferry, right? For those of you who don't know, by the way, what Validator and the rest of the team does is they'll register the name of like either the companies or the people who I don't know who are either involved with ENS or broader ecosystem in general in crypto, and they'll just gift them the name. So it's pretty cool. So thanks,
yeah. I
but
mean,
thank you for joining.
yeah, thanks for having me. You're my hero. You make Unicorn possible. You make it so much easier than I ever could have done. So, anything I can do to support you and Namespace, man, I am in.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, this serves like as a guide for like a broader ecosystem, and hopefully, people learn from both like my lessons and your lessons. So that's why we're here. So with that, um, can you give us? You're the founder of Unicorn, or you're the founder of many things, but for the purpose of this call, you're the founder of Unicorn. Can you give us just like a quick, like 1 minute, maybe like a pitch or something overview?
Sure, sure. Yeah. I mean, Unicorn is trying to make Web3 super easy for everybody. And we're doing this in a few ways. Number one, we want to make revenue streams easy for people who want to onboard people into crypto. So we're kind of like membership software, like Patreon, where you can charge for a membership and let people into your community, and then we give them all this sweet tooling so that it's worth it to pay to join your community. Is one of the things. I'm a big DAO guy, right? The DAO was my first project, and DAOs have a lot of problems finding revenue streams. So we are making that super easy to build a DAO, or to build, even if you just want a newsletter or be a crypto influencer, or do any kind of community with stuff that's on chain. We make that super easy and simple and safe. And that's what really excites me about this project more than anything, is that we're creating like our membership infrastructure has all the tools for managing a community. You have admin dashboards, and you can see what your community members are doing. But another part of it is it also has a super safe wallet, a
Hmm.
wallet where we remove all the functionality that I've seen people screw up over the years. We
Yeah.
remove, we just like, it's still a non-custodial permissionless wallet. We just hide the dangerous things, and
Yeah.
we add it's a smart contract wallet, so we can add certain functionality that makes it harder to fall victim to the common scams that exist in the space. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Ju-
can.
ju-
Yeah.
yeah, you can. Sorry, what did you want to say?
Well, I can even show, and there's some really cool UX stuff that we've created too. And I could even share my screen and show it, because
Yeah,
honestly, it's
go
hard
for
to
it.
describe it. It's much easier to just like be like, check it out, you know? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. So this is the what we built for ETH Denver. We did the white label. We're like a white label infrastructure. We are also doing it for other conferences, like a co-working space, VDAO, some other groups. But everyone who came to ETH Denver actually ended up with an ENS domain,
Yep.
and they're actually a namespace subdomain, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to skip the login flow because I already have an account, obviously, and I'm
Yep.
sure you've shown people like how you could just pick a domain name and how easy it is. It's
Yeah.
it's
Look, man,
incredible.
I'm excited to onboard people for you. Like this is something that I wanted to do and have and build and just I want it there. So you build it and I could not be more happier to support you with first of all namespace, and then second of all I'll just be bringing you clients because this is the coolest thing. Like this is the coolest kind of wallet experience that I've ever seen. And yeah.
Yeah, and we really consider it much more than a wallet. Like the wallet is this bottom functionality here, and of
Yeah.
course the wallet makes all the other infrastructure work, but it's really a membership account infrastructure. So
Mm.
like what ETH Denver got out of it is not like we weren't the wallet infrastructure for ETH Denver. You know, they get to track who has a ticket, where are they in the login flow, like did they attend, are they a hackathon member, like they get to choose a lot of things for managing their community using our infrastructure. So the wallet is like, I mean, we are a wallet, of course, but the wallet is kind of just like the cornerstone of the whole building, you know?
Mm.
Uh,
Yep.
and like let me show you this. This is so cool. So like when you land in your wallet, you get, of course, your own subdomain. I have griff.ethdenver.com here, and
Yep.
not only is it your wallet address, it's also your personal URL. We're really like going hard on the ENS infrastructure, trying to maximize its usage. And so everybody gets a personal URL, and then they get this homepage, which eventually could even be customized based off of the assets they have in their wallet. Maybe some you might want to choose certain actions. These are all different activations that, as a community manager, you could like put on there. Like this is like a video on Twitter that one of the sponsors of ETH Denver made. There's a vote active now, right? And this is where it gets really cool. So like I'm going to Snapshot. I'm going to connect to Snapshot. It's going to auto connect me. I don't have to, there's no weird connect pop up, nothing scary. And I could, there's no open votes, but I could just click in and vote. This vote was open before, so I didn't realize that it was closed already. But here, I'll do this one instead. So this is Spork staking. So like, notice I'm just auto connected. Sorry, I have a bunch of ENS subdomains because
Yeah.
I test these things. Uh, and you can see I'm in a new browser window, and we use a lot of cool magic to actually connect you automatically, so you never see any weird pop-up. And then you want to unstake, you just click unstake. Full account abstraction in a new window for any application that you integrates the third web SDK. Kind of like how there's Gnosis safe apps, so we can do
Yep.
that same thing but in a new tab. And I mean, look at that. You just create a wallet. You never see a 0x address. You never have to see a network, like a
Yep.
chain. You never have to worry about like getting phished, because the other thing that's cool is that the apps that you have here that the admin adds are the only apps you can connect to while you're at your wallet at griff.ethdenver.com. But of course, our infrastructure is interoperable, so we will have another wallet that you can connect to that will let you connect to any app with Wallet Connect. We just hide Wallet Connect from the user
Mm.
because there's too many phishing apps out there.
Yep.
And this way, if they can't connect to a phishing app, then they can't get phished. If they another thing we stop is if they like here, you can't just transfer to a 0x address. Do you know how many nonprofits on Giveth have sent the money they raised to the right address on the wrong chain and lost the money?
I
It's
know.
it's insane.
Yeah.
I just don't trust people that when you onboard them to a new app or a new thing to instantly figure that out.
Yeah.
So
Every now and then I'll see a post where someone says like ENS could have prevented this, and then someone got like either address like spoofing or whatever, and they've fallen victim to the like just people. I assume people just go to Etherscan and then just like copy the address or whatever, and then people make these random transactions from which they can just like I don't know, like there's a lot of different ways that this can happen. But when you have an ENS name that kind of connects to your wallet, like that prevents everything, but you have layers of security on top of that, which is absolutely just beautiful.
exactly. So if you want, you can withdraw it to a MetaMask, and then you can go click a phishing link or send to the wrong address on the right chain or do whatever you want with it. But while you're in the ETH Denver space,
Yeah.
Denver knows you're safe,
Yep.
And this is what really excites me, and why ETH Denver loved this application, because they know they're not going to have support requests or problems or people screwing things up, because they're in a controlled and excludable environment. Yeah, and there were somewhere around 25,000 attendees or people that were involved with ETH Denver. I think the final count was a little over 20K signups on our app. There was when people were using, because of our infrastructure, there was never more than a 10-minute wait time to get
Mhm.
into tickets, so the ticketing was super easy. We had, because of like the snapshot is so easy right here in the app, actually had 50% more voter turnout this year on this vote specifically for who's going to be the SporkDAO board member. There were 1,000 plus builders with 225 hackathon submissions, and all the winners are actually going to get. One of the problems that they've had in the past was that when people actually come to Denver, they don't have an address to give them. They have to do all
Mhm.
this like coordination for the hackathon winners to get their actual address. But here we just have Hedgie, and in the admin dashboard, they have the email connected to the wallet address that's connected to their account, and they can just stream money to them here, and everyone can just go here to collect their hackathon payments.
This is like a little infrastructure for network states. you know
100%.
it's so cool because you're creating like a safe environment for everyone to just join safely on crypto, and then within the context of that environment, you're safe. You have all of the apps. You can participate in governance. It's so cool to hear those stats about the increase in voting, because just of the fact that you have a like community that's been being run in your wallet. It's so cool.
Yeah.
um
And,
I
and it's
think my
super easy to try out. You can go to unicorn.eth.link and just like click get started, and you can we have like a dashboard where you can make your own, where you can just make your own setup,
yeah.
choose a community, configure what apps you want to add, and publish, and it's live.
Yeah. Awesome, man. This all looks so beautiful. I wish we had more time just to go through all of this. But can I ask you, just for like, I have to say, like, one of my favorite stats for Unicorn is obviously, okay, the number of people that you onboarded, but actually 50% of the people are the first time crypto users, and they had no idea that they were interacting with crypto, which is kind of the end goal. And one other cool thing is that, like, I think you had like, what was it, like 10 support requests out of
Yeah.
25,000 users.
By the end, right before thing, we had a total of 20 support requests, which
Wow.
is out of control, because last year I was making GitHub issues for the whole process. I mean, that was the thing when people, ETH Denver is running a free conference, and to do that in the US without getting sued, they created a Colorado co-op that everybody joins. So they're a
Yeah.
member of the co-op and join the conference, which also means you actually get a cut of the profits, which is now super easy with our infrastructure.
Mm.
But so if you stake Spork, you actually get a share of the profits of ETH Denver. But you have to stake Spork to become a member of this Colorado co-op. With our infrastructure, they get a domain name. We stake the Spork for them in their account abstraction wallet, gasless. They didn't have to go get gas on Polygon. And for a new user, it's just like, oh, I staked Spork and became a legal member of a co-op, and they just clicked a few buttons and had no idea. It was so good that when we were talking to people at the conference, they didn't even know it happened. It was like
Amazing.
forgettable, so frictionless, it was forgettable.
So frictionless, it was forgettable, man. Every single guest is giving me a little gems that I'm gonna quote you guys in all of these. Man, this has been awesome. Can you just, like, for the end, give us a little bit of alpha, maybe? What's next for Unicorn? I'm very
Well,
excited about your future.
I mean, we're excited to be a service provider again. You know that we were lucky enough to be a service provider. Honestly, Unicorn wouldn't have existed without the service provider program. Uh, it was a hackathon in November, and then service provider program was in December. So I just rolled into it, and boom! All of a sudden, it was like, yes, build this for ENS. So then we did, and so we want to actually make an ENS wallet and ecosystem, onboarding ecosystem for ENS using
Mm,
this and the DAO, make it super easy to manage this community with this infrastructure so that anyone can come in, buy a .eth domain name and hold it in a very safe wallet and very secure, have all their activations right there for the community. Very excited about that. Also, we want to make it so that anyone with a .eth domain can instantly set up their own wallet and onboard their mom or whatever to their own subdomain, .eth subdomain. So they can have this
amazing.
infrastructure. Anybody with a .eth domain can have this infrastructure and onboard a few people and make sure that they, the cool thing is you can decide what tokens they want, what apps they should use, and you know that they're not going to get phished, they're not going to get hacked. It's like it is. I've been onboarding people to crypto since 2014. I literally went to Ecuador and was trying to be the Andres Antonopoulos of Ecuador, knocking on college doors and being like, "Hey, let me present to your class and give away Bitcoin." You know,
Yeah,
I've wanted to onboard for so long, and the tooling was just never good enough. So here we
yeah.
are.
No, and you build it. Well,
Yeah,
look, man, thank you for all of the hard work you're doing on behalf of the entire crypto industry, I guess, and onboarding new people and making it super easy. Really
it wouldn't be
appreciate you.
possible without Namespace. Let me just put
Thank you.
that in there. It wouldn't be possible.
Thank you so much. We absolutely enjoy working with you guys, and we're looking forward to working on a lot more. So thanks for joining, man. Really appreciate you. Hopefully we get to meet if you're going to ECC. I'm gonna be
Oh
there.
yeah.
And yeah,
Thanks,
cheers,
Cap.
man.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.